It was 2:03 a.m. when I read the message that shattered something deep inside me. You were just a project, babe. Don't take it personal. My phone slipped from my hand onto the floor, screen lighting up the darkness like a cruel spotlight on my stupidity. I sat there in my tiny apartment, my chest heaving, tears rolling down my face, smearing the eyeliner I'd just learned to wear the way he liked, winged and confident. Isn't that something? He taught me how to look confident just so he could break me when I finally was. That night, I could still smell his cologne on the hoodie he sent me. That expensive woody scent, he said, reminded him of home. I used to bury my face in it to sleep. Now it smelled like deceit. My heart didn't just hurt, it screamed. But underneath the pain, something colder began to move. He came into my life 2.5 years ago, when loneliness hung over me like fog. I was 24, freshly graduated, the good girl kind, soft-spoken, responsible. Always saying yes because I didn't know how to say no. When the pandemic hit, my world shrank to 4 walls and late-night screens. He found me in a poetry group online. His name, Rayan, said he was a software engineer living in Dubai. He had that effortless charm, the kind of voice that could turn a boring story into a fairy tale. We talked every night. He called me his calm, said my voice was his therapy after long coding hours. I believed him. I believed everything. Within months, we were inseparable, digital soulmates, constantly connected. For our 6-month anniversary, he sent me a silver necklace from an online store. I wore it every day. He'd compliment me during video calls. You look divine, babe. One day I'll fly to you and put it on myself. Words like that, they melt you, don't they? I started saving money. From my online tutoring job, small amounts at first. But his stories of travel complications kept adding up. Visa fees, hotel prepayments, insurance issues. I transferred 50,000, then another 70, then another 100. By the time we hit our first year, I'd sent 320,000 rupees. Every saved penny. But it wasn't about money. It was about trust. I told myself real love means sacrifice. He became my emotional anchor. When my father got sick, when my best friend moved abroad, when the silence of my own room started echoing too loud. He was the voice that said, "You're not alone." Until one night, when the calls got shorter, the laughter thinner, the stories less detailed, he said work was stressing him out. I gave him space, because that's what a good partner does, right? You trust, you wait. You love a little harder when they pull away. But love, it seems, isn't always symmetrical. One evening, he forgot to turn off his camera at the end of our call. I saw him walk past his desk, and a small gold band gleamed on his finger. I froze. I rewound the moment in my head 1,000 times. When I asked, he smiled, half amused, half irritated, and said, "Oh, that? It's just a ring light reflection, babe. You overthink too much." And I believed it. Again, because belief was my addiction. But my illusion shattered 3 months later. His brother, by mistake, added me to a family WhatsApp group for an event. Rand's 3rd wedding anniversary. There he was, standing beside a woman, holding her waist, cutting cake with her name on it. Sarah. My heart didn't break that night. It disintegrated. My chest went numb, but my brain started spinning. Every word, every story, every I love you, suddenly formed a map, a pattern of lies. He wasn't an engineer. He wasn't single, he wasn't even in Dubai the whole time. He was right here in Karachi, using VPNs and fake tags of success to lure women who thought ambition meant safety. I didn't confront him. Not that night. I texted him normally, smiled during video calls, and told him I was planning a surprise for his upcoming birthday. He grinned, clueless. That grin. It gave me the courage I needed. From that moment, my heartbreak turned into homework. I spent 2 weeks gathering everything, every transaction slip, every message, every voice note where he bragged. You'd be shocked how easy it is to play women when you're nice enough. I saved them all. I tracked down the online accounts under different names, where he'd scammed other women too. A single mom from Multan, a student from Faisalabad. He'd taken their money, promises, and pictures. I built a file minus 200 pages, timestamps and everything. And then I found her, his wife, Sarah. She ran a small candle business on Instagram. I didn't message her right away. I ordered one of her candles using his real name and home address, just to plant a seed of doubt, just to make him sweat. Meanwhile, I filed an official complaint on the federal cybercrime portal, calmly, step by step. No anger, no crying. Just data, evidence, precision. Strange, isn't it? The same skills he claimed to have as an engineer, I used to destroy his digital web. Weeks passed, silence, and then one morning an officer called. "Ma'am, we've received multiple similar complaints about the same man. We're moving to verify your evidence." That call felt like justice whispering my name. A month later, his life began to crumble. His wife reached out to me, not with hate, but fear. She had just learned the truth too. Her message trembled with tears. "I saw your screenshots. I recognized those chats. I thought I was crazy. We talked for hours, strangers bound by betrayal." Together, we uncovered how deep his deception went. Fake investment schemes, online identity theft, relationship fraud. There were more women, more hearts, more pain. But this time, his silence couldn't save him. The day he was summoned, he panicked. Sent me a flood of voice notes. "Please don't do this. My career, my family, I made mistakes, but I love you." I didn't even press play. I forwarded them straight to the investigators. The official statement came out days later. Local man arrested for online scam and identity fraud using false persona. His name trended. Sponsors dropped him. That fake shining image of the Dubai prince crumbled overnight. And I watched it all quietly from my balcony, wind brushing my face, tears not a pain, but relief. I realized justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's as quiet as pressing send on the right email at the right time. He lost everything. His fake channels, his family's trust, his illusion of power. And me? I found mine. Today, 2 years later, I teach digital safety courses to young girls, showing them how emotional grooming begins. I still have the silver necklace you sent me, but I don't wear it anymore. It hangs on my window, catching sunlight, reminding me that even broken things can reflect light again. So, to every woman listening, if he makes you feel like you owe him proof of love that costs you your peace, stop. Protect your softness, but never apologize for it. Love shouldn't leave you fearing your own reflection. It should grow you, not gut you. Strength doesn't come from what you survive. It comes from what you build after. And I built myself back, stronger, smarter, untouchable. If my story resonated with you, hit like, subscribe, and share it. Maybe it'll reach another girl scrolling at 2 a.m., wondering if that attention she's getting is love or manipulation. And maybe, just maybe, my scars will whisper to her before it's too late.